between the World Champ and the CTL Champ and the Genesis X3 Champ. Alex T gonna take on Peekayric. He's just not getting the right pieces, and he's gonna top out at 512. But what goes left? Nothing. And Alex is up 2-0. Peek, who's had a bit of a awkward game. He's gonna top out at 944. And Alex gonna take it in a sweep. And we have a Division 1A matchup. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 1. Start it in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. Let's get these players introduced on the left. Rolling out of the United States with a PB of 2,868,000. Welcome in, Cryticalapis. And on the right, rolling out of the United Kingdom with a PB of 2,790,000. That's right. These two are about a Tetris and change apart in PB. Welcome in, Sam Vaughn. Yeah, Cole. Alex got the 3-0 over Peek. I am trying to keep things moving along so that you can still play your match with Cobra and have time for your STM. And so far, so good. You know, sweep helps. I mean, I'd like more Tetris, but today, more Tetris means probably keeping the show moving. 95,000 for SV, 76,000 here in the early going. You got cooked in STM? Oh no. Okay, so you already did that. Okay. I think I misread the time then. No, you got plenty of time. We still got Guafi and Tetris time coming up after this. And then we will close the show with El Clasico. As it's rapidly becoming. We've seen a lot of that matchup. And it is always... It's always fun, if not anything else. And with the ELO series being 6-5 right now. Certainly looking forward to this. But we also have a banger here. These two, only the second time they've met. SV trying to get out of this dig here. That is going to allow Cryticalapis to not up the score. Like the difference right now is a double and a single. Oh, nice spin there for SV. Yeah, I saw that format that they're doing for STM. I'm sitting there thinking, you have the potential to play 35 games. That's crazy to me. I know it's like a quick mode, but that is a lot of games. We are still neck and neck, 1,900 points, a double separating the players in favor of Cryticalapis right now. Another Tetris there for SV is Cryticalapis going to have to play one row up or potentially try a column 9 well transfer, and I think that was the original plan until that Z showed up. We'll get a Tetris here and just use a T to get things back over. So 100 line turn, SV with about a Tetris and a half lead. Cryticalapis. Good looking stack here, bangs down another Tetris. SV looking for a J, also has an L dependency on the board. We'll find the L and bang down a Tetris after that. Now needs to address that left side. You can see he knows what the issue is and gonna take a burn because that T wasn't very good anywhere else. Still has a 39,000 point lead as we're barreling towards the level 19 transition. Hamster Soyo asking who is playing. See at the bottom of the screen, you will see on the left we have Cryticalapis, and on the right we have SV. And here we go, level 19. Look at these scores: 656 for SV. It was 616 for Cryticalapis. Both players getting their groove on with these scores here. The lead has come down a little bit. It's now about 16,000 points. But those burns for Cryticalapis will make it a Tetris and a half once again. Another Tetris for both. We're on level 21. A little bit of a complication for both players here as we enter a bit of a drought. SV looking for the dirty Tetris. Cryticalapis having to cover the well. It's going to be SV getting the Tetris out of that. Cryticalapis had to clear before dropping a Tetris of his own. So with that, SV will add Tetris to his lead. He's up to almost 3. Another Tetris. This is going to be a potential 24 max here for SV. And he just gets 3 long bars there. Game's easy when you get long bars. Another Tetris for both. Into level 24 we go, halfway through the level 29 speed, or 19 speeds, halfway to 29. Oh, it's going to be just shy of max out. Yeah, he's got to get the max on 25 at this point. If another bar shows up, 26-piece drought, both players weathering the storm. Another simultris. 1,039,000 for SV, 956 for Cryticalapis. Another Tetris for SV. He's got the 1.1 on level 27. That is threatening a 1.2 into level 29 transition. Cryticalapis will burn into the max out. Tetris for both players. Still about a 3 Tetris difference between the players. A little more than that, actually. Where is this bar for Cryticalapis? He will take the triple followed by the Tetris. And in we go. 1,230,000 for SV, 1,118,000 for Cryticalapis. But this board is trouble for SV, but he gets a bar over for the Tetris. Was able to open up the right side just in time. He's now up by 143,000. Cryticalapis set up, looking for the bar. Has to burn it down. As we are in another drought. Oh, he misdrops the bar. And this might do it here unless he can get some choice pieces, and it's not going to get him over. SV's going to hang on. And he'll take the 1-0 lead. Start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We are on the wrong seed. Let's go ahead, reset. I'll give you another seed. F1, F9, 6A. Apparently game 2 is cursed today. And we had it happen in Alex Peak too, so it's like, okay. But really, did you want to start with an S? No, you did not. We'll try to give you another piece. God, I want to open my window because it's like really warm in here, but it's supposed to rain, and I don't want to get stuff wet. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game number 2. Take 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, so we'll start with a Tetris each. Something's happening over on SV's side here. Apparently he's doing the Pixelandy opener. If he remembers that from the 3rd place match yesterday. Chen, welcome in. Missed you this weekend. Either that or you were there and stalking us, and that's a little weird, but hopefully that's not what it was. By the way, I really hate to say this because, you know, Genesis X itself is an excellent event. The venue leaves quite a bit to be desired. Like, I am not a fan of the San Jose Convention Center. I've not liked it for a very long time. Before Genesis X. And that only got underscored when the volunteers got food vouchers this year, so we were able to go over to the Lone Refreshment stand and use our vouchers to purchase food. So on Friday, I decided I was going to get a cheesesteak, because I like cheesesteaks. And I bring it back over to the Tetris area, and Vince Clementi's there. He's like, hey, that looks pretty good. Let me know how it is. It's like, okay, sure. So I have it, I eat it, and it's, well, I'll describe it the way I described it to Vince. It was probably good when it was made. Uh-oh. Keep playing, please. Do not top out. We'll try to get our competitor back. If this goes too long, though, okay, we're fine. Yeah, Lapis like that joke. Unfortunately, the joke was on me because the cheesesteak was terrible. I mean, it was, the bread was, like, hard. Like, not crusty, but, like, just, it's clearly been sitting around for a while. And it had this weird mayo on it. It's like, who the hell puts mayo on a cheesesteak? I don't know. It's like, I know some people do, but for a general choice, it was awkward. So the next day I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go with something simple. You cannot, absolutely cannot mess up chicken tenders. And I was right. The chicken tenders were good. The fries were about as warm as the Gatorades that were refrigerated. So yeah. Not a good experience in terms of food. I really want to start seeing tournaments give players more time to do stuff like eat. That's like my only complaint about the events that get ran. Like when I went to CTW, that had a pretty good cadence. 475 for SV, 424 for Cryticalapis here as we are moving along. Pretty good scores. Last year, the meatball and pasta was all right. Okay, they did not have that this year. They had the chicken teriyaki thing on the day that they had the cheesesteak. I probably would have been better off with that, but I didn't know. I was like, I saw cheesesteak. I'm like, okay, I like cheesesteaks. Let's get one. And yeah, that did not work out well. SV with a column 2 here. Oh, and covers the well as the bar shows up. Still trying to work this column 2. Finally gets a bar down for a Tetris. It's going to have to go into 19. Working on an odd column here. Finally, we'll get that column 2. I guess column 2 is technically an even column. But you know what I mean. He'll get it back over to the right, though. 606 for SV, 549 for Cryticalapis. Another Tetris for SV. Cryticalapis will follow suit. He's backed by 2 Tetrises currently. And really the difference in game 1 was level 19. Just SV had a better time on 19. See if that repeats or if Cryticalapis can get the scoring going. Of course, Tetris time will be in the next match. Trying to get his first victory over Guafi. At least for Elo. But I have a feeling Guafi's not going to go quietly. He's going to put up a challenge. Bit of a complication here for Cryticalapis on level 23. It's going to slow down his scoring a bit, but SV having a similar issue. And bang Tetris for Cryticalapis, who, if he can get a bar here, it's going to cut the lead to under 2 Tetrises. So, Cryticalapis getting the better of that for sure. Ooh, that is not a Vitz. That is a Tetris, though. And SV will get that cleaned up quickly. Where is the bar here? We are entering a drought here on level 25. Bar shows up. Tetris for both. Another Tetris there. SV looking for a bar. SV having to take a burn. Finally, the bar shows up for the Tetris. Cryticalapis with another one. Max out for SV into 27. Cryticalapis will have to do it into or on 28. Ooh. An early shift. Fortunately, he gets it uncovered, but now he's battling with bad parity. He gets that fixed quickly, too. He'll bang down a Tetris, 993. SV wanting to get this cleaned up before transition, and will do so. Looking for one final bar to get the Tetris in, but Cryticalapis goes in first at 1,065,000. SV's in at 1,053,000. That was a scary transition for SV. But he makes it work. Is ready for a Tetris and bangs it down 1.1. Cryticalapis set up looking for the bar. He'll bang down a Tetris. Lead is going back and forth right now. Tetris for SV, who'll take it back. SV trying to get the board down. Cryticalapis will set up and get the Tetris. He's got the lead back. He's setting up in column 7 here, looking for a bar, but he's going to have to burn it down because these pieces are starting to cause a problem, especially considering the fact we're in the middle of a big drought. 29 pieces there. SV already past that drought. He'll get a Tetris. He's got 1,216,000, 1,205,000. Another Tetris for SV. And SV is applying pressure, and Cryticalapis is not going to be able to answer back. SV is up 2-0. Okay, that was a fun 29. When it's going back and forth like that, and the lead is just changing every Tetris, that's kind of fun. Love seeing that. SV's gonna play this out. And if SV wins this next game, he will clinch that number 2 spot. It looks like that he can't quite clinch with the 3-1. Because ID Kirby still has the potential to run the table and get up to that point total. Sweep, or will Cryticalapis bring this back? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, the current situation right now is Cryticalapis has 18. It's currently 3rd place, with only 2 players able to overtake him. Those players are Alice, who has a final matchup against ID Kirby, and ID Kirby, who has to take on Alice, Akatu, and Blue Scooty. Awkward starts for both players here. SV is able to get 2 Tetrises out of it, but now has some burning to do. Big column 5 attempt here. There's a dirty Tetris. I saw the vision for what SV was trying to do there. Didn't quite work out. It was a pretty good attempt. And now, Cryticalapis right back in this. He's back by a Tetris. Oh, nice setup for SV there with the overhang. Trying to keep up the efficiency here. But these pieces not being kind, he just puts the well back over to the right. That'll make this board a little more accessible to him. He'll get a Tetris. 149 for SV, 130 for Cryticalapis here in the early goings. SV playing 4 rows off the bottom here. He'll get a Tetris. Far down the right, another Tetris. Ooh, misdrop of the Z there. But he spin tucks the T into place. That was a crucial spin tuck there. But both players kind of running into their own jams here. Good JD spin for SV. And still trying to play 4 rows up, but there is no bar. Finally, it shows. There's the Tetris. And Cryticalapis not getting the pieces he wants here. And these are not good S's and Z's. This has not been a good weekend for S's and Z's. Finally, I'll get the bar down for the Tetris. Cryticalapis does have the lead, 262 to 247. And while he's not down to the bottom yet, he does have the better board. However, SV will bang down a Tetris here. That was 6 rows off the bottom. Oh, he is setting up again. Oh, nope, he just burns it down. Great delayed burn on the J there. And Cryticalapis is back down to the bottom, so this is not the situation that SV wants to find himself in here. Because this means that Cryticalapis can just start scoring. Like, there is so much potential to take a huge lead here. But look at this. Again, 6 rows up. Dirty Tetris for SV. He knows he's got to keep some kind of pressure on. But now he's got to start thinking of transition. He's been in this endless burn for like the last 50 lines. Gotta find a way to get this board down. Or do something like this. Going for a dirty left well. And there's the bar. Left well Tetris. SV trying to be as efficient as possible in this down stack. He's into level 19 at 350. That's a suffer game at Div 1 if I've ever heard one. Oh, Cryticalapis with a misdrop at the top of the board. We'll get a T-spin to help out. Gonna drop a Tetris. And he's gonna have a 6-digit transition lead too. SV has cleaned the board. It's finally back down to the bottom and it's looking good to start scoring here. 484 on the transition for Cryticalapis. That is more than 130,000 points in the lead into 19. The current real-time lead is 78,000, but that's because SV is ahead by 11 lines. So Cryticalapis with a real shot here. If he can stay clean and keep scoring, he will be well ahead. Another Tetris for both players. $618 for Cryticalapis, $591 for SV, 12 lines of difference. Look at how close it is right now, 140 points. SV using the bar to resolve the left well dependency. Now waiting on another one for a Tetris. Is not finding one here. Finally one shows up. There's a Tetris. 670 to 25. Cryticalapis doing a very good job of avoiding the dependency there, but there's still no bar coming. He goes in at 798. So still maintaining a pretty healthy lead in pace. As we're rapidly approaching level 29 on SV's side. He has another Tetris. He's ahead by 320 points real time, but also ahead by 18 lines. Another Tetris for SV. Cryticalapis looking for a bar. Not finding the bar. Has to cover the well twice. We'll get that right side open enough to try to burn this out from the roof, but Ace is not being kind. SV in 957, sorry. This board for Cryticalapis is, well, critical. This is not good. Level 29 right around the corner. Good roll on that L, but, well, this is going to be a high board into transition. Here we go, level 29. He gets the bar over for the Tetris. SV has the lead by 112,000. That burn for Cryticalapis cost him the lead. He had a big one, too, like 130,000 points. But he is banging down Tetrises here in post. Oop, bit of a misdrop there. He's going to have to try to deal with that. Gets the bar over to the left first, or right first, and then to the left. Please ignore the dyslexia. We're already halfway through the 29 speeds for SV. He's got 1,105,000. Oh, we need a bar now. Oh no! Cryticalapis covering the well just as the bar shows up, and it is going to be a sweep for SV, who's going to move to 5-0 on the season. And somehow still in control of his own destiny with Blue Scooty. He would have to sweep Scooty, assuming Scooty sweeps his last opponent. Scooty hasn't dropped a game this season. Another Tetris for SV. Yeah, the games certainly weren't bad. That last one, it looked like you were on pace to get some really good numbers up, and then 26, 27, 28 happened. Another super kill screen for SV. That is 2 this set. And there is your winner. SV goes to 5-0, tying himself with Blue Scooty at 28 points.
And I need to mute these Discord pings. All right, well, let me get these two started. This time for realsies, I will have it here for you in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Super apologies to players. And again, that white background will go away once Phlox hits the first Tetris. Let me go ahead and mute this window. There we go. So that way that doesn't happen again. Because Discord is having a problem for me too after that crash. Now it doesn't want to work, so I had to go to the browser version in order to get this going. And yep, I knew it. I friggin' knew it. Friggin' come on. I knew it. Alex T, you son of a bitch. I knew that was gonna happen. No Akatu. Alright. Both players survived the drought that was occurring. Phlox would have been so pissed. Like, bro, that first seed was so good. Why are you doing this to me, bro? But now we're underway. We are up and running. Both players have boards under control, and we got some Tetris happening. This is Division 1A of the Classic Tetris League. I am the host. It is the king of the restreams, the King's Man. You're watching Phloxae and Akatu fight for their CTL lives, as potentially one of them could be heading into relegation zone And in CTL Division 1, there are two types of relegations. There is the playoff relegation, where you get a second chance to play a Division 2 player that is in the promotion area. The two of you battle it out in the best-of-7 playoff to determine who will take that seat. And then the other one here in Division 1, which was reinstated a few seasons ago by request of players, the auto relegation, which means that if you finish in last place of this division, you are sent back down to Division 2, where you got to work your way back up once more to be in the premier division of CTL. Let's see Phlox with some interesting maneuvers. Dirty Tetris for Phlox. 215 to Akatu's 195. Akatu with the better stack. Get that nice tall left being built out. Long bar on the right to score. As chased back into this game, only down about 3,000 points. Phlox at 221, Akatu at 219. Am I rescheduling? Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, he just messaged me. So sorry, Winter. Your hypeness is gonna have to hold off a little bit longer, because this man is terrible with scheduling, and I mean it's no shock. Right? There's no shock there. We got a VITS that is pending. There we go. Akatu finally will get the VITS completed. The war crime has been ended. So there will be no Alex T versus Winter, nor Alex T versus Peak tonight. That'll have to get rescheduled. Yeah, can you do that, please, Winter? B3B rollover on him. You might still lose anyway, but at least you made him work for it, right? So we'll look to try to get some sub games going on there. I believe Cole and Cobra are looking to go tonight, but the timing on that might be difficult now. So Cole and Cobra, if you guys are around, I don't know. I'll talk to you after the stream. We'll see if we can get that worked out. I almost hit remove friend from Alex there by accident. Or was it accident? All right, 396 for Akatu, 435 for the Phloxae. Toogie's in the chat. Surely he can afford to hire a personal assistant at this point. Surely he can, but his mother is busy. Mom, can you schedule my CTL matches? The King's always like in my DMs, and I just can't keep up with my appointments, you know. I'm the back-to-back world champion, and I just, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta be me, you know. I can't be sitting around trying to schedule everybody. That's too much work. Ma, can you do it for me? Thanks, Ma. Yeah, where's my meatloaf? Top player privilege, Toogie, right? That's some TPP right there. What we have right here is a friggin' good one. 574 to 535. Phlox potentially could get this transition to 600K. Akatu will go to 560. Very good game to open. And Phlox will hit 598. Probably could have done had an extra burn to get, but you know, sometimes those achievements aren't all that it's cracked out to be, especially when you are fighting for your CTL life. In this one, this is Phlox's final game of the season. It's all out of her hands after this point. Currently sitting at 1-4, 6th spot of the division, 68% relegation chance. Which basically means that, you know, unless we can beat Akatu to get out of this number 6 spot, it's going to be crazy to try to stay away from ID Kirby as well, who has 3 matches in hand, but Kirby's matches certainly are not easy. He's got Akatu, Alice, and Blue Scooty, so you know that Akatu match is going to be huge, depending on the outcomes of the Alice and Scooty matches. Tetris for Phlox will go to 793, 790 now for Akatu with the back-to-back jacks. Is back in this one. It is less than 3,000 points, the difference, and another Tetris for both. It is neck and neck. It is tight as hell. Anybody's ball game here for the opener, game number 1. And you certainly can definitely think that this one could go the distance. We could see this go all 5 games. That's how good both of these players are. That's how good the Tetris is going to be. Tetris again, Akatu, and we'll get the back-to-back jack again. Goes to 910, has taken the lead by about 50,000 points. Phlox gets the Tetris, and another one equals the back-to-back jacks to now be less than a Tetris behind at 22,000 points. We got ourselves a ball game. Oh, Akatu saw that face there. Not happy with that adjustment. The bar timing, terrible. And now he's going to make a bar dependency. Trying to see if we can get a bar down the center to open up. But we got a drought. Drought has formed. Oh, again, Akatu just closing up that well when the bar was about to come. Go to level 27 for Akatu, level 26 for Phlox. Phlox has got another Tetris, has taken the lead back. It's about a 1.75 Tetris lead, so less than 2 in front. Akatu in the middle of cleanup. He knows, can't worry about the score right now. I got to clean this up. 29 is looming. You do not want to have a board like this going into 29. And he's burning it all away back to the bottom. Phlox, a Tetris, now has a 100,000 point lead. 3 Tetrises in her favor. The max out has been obtained on Phloxae's side. Akatu will Tetris in for the max out and go to level 29. Here we go. First one to get there is the finest Finn. Fighting tooth and nail to keep alive a Tetris to get it closer. Less than 2 behind. Phlox, a couple of holes in the stack. Can't Tetris right now. Akatu opens up Peekayric. There's a Tetris. 1.111 on the score for Akatu. Both of them on level 20, fighting it out. Akatu goes to 31, excuse me. Phlox again, still some trouble on this board. Akatu, safety triple, no bar in sight. There's a drought occurred again. Burning it down, has to burn away. We're over 25 pieces on the drought. Phlox now experiencing it in a Hangarang J is a problem. Get the square over. But another Hangarang J. 23,000 point lead for Phlox. Oh, Akatu! Akatu! No! Waiting for the bar! Waited for the bar to come for a triple, and it didn't. The friggin' droughts again, man. 1.173 edges at 1.149. Phloxae's 23,000 points is the... It starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. J and the long bar will be our opening pieces, with a T followed after that, confirming that SPS has been initiated. And we're underway. What a game number 1. Fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. Tells you what's at stake here for Division 1. Again, those just coming in, both players are trying to fight for survival of the division, trying to stay out of relegation zone. And with Kirby sitting in the bottom at the moment, but has the most matches still to go between all 3 of these players. You know, 2 out of the 3 are going to be somewhere in that spot. So this is a match that will determine really what Kirby would need to do and what Akatu still will have to do. Akatu is down to his last 2 matches. This is 1. And his final match will be against Kirby. So once Kirby gets Blue Scooty and Knight out of the way, then we'll settle it between the 2 of them and see which one could potentially be in the bottom spots. But Akatu, destiny in hand at the moment, needs a win against Phlox to distance himself. This is Phlox's last match. So if Phlox ends up losing this one, she's going to be stuck in the bottom 2. Would still have opportunity to stay in number 6 should Kirby not pick up any wins. And she does have a head-to-head over Kirby for this season. as they've already played and she was victorious. But, you know, anything goes. So, you know, Phlox must get this win here in order to force Akatu to beat Kirby no matter what, to have a chance at avoiding the 7th spot. There are 7 players in this division. The top 3 go to championships. Potentially the 4th and 5th may go to a wildcard spot depending on the amount of points earned. So Akatu technically still sitting favorably in there. We'll look at the division a little bit later after the match. 255 for Akatu, 199 for Phlox. We're in the early days, nearing the halfway point of this level 18. And while they are getting underway, you could also remember to help out with the match arena. I believe coupon codes are finished, maybe? I don't know. But you can head on over there, go to CTL Season 32 for the match arena. If there is a coupon code left, it wasn't that many, there were 4 on the previous stream, so we should be just about caught up there. But at least give directly to the prize pool. You know, we want to give these Division 1 players some money, even though these 2 players may or may not be receiving any of those funds. At the end of the day, we're trying to help out all Division 1 players, especially those that will go to the playoffs, because that's who makes the money. No rules are that we will pay out the top 4. Anything under $2,000, that would be top 4 money being thrown at them. Anything above 2,000 will then go to the top 8. So it is rewarding. Last season we were able to do that for the first time. Top 8 got their money. So with your support out there, you could help continue to grow that. $200 is what we're sitting at right now, and not gonna lie, with 2 weeks left to go, I'm a little disappointed. Little disappointed that we're sitting at $200 when CTL for the last 9 seasons has been at $1,000 or more. So, you know, help that price pool grow so that way we won't have to do any heavy lifting towards the end. Let's get that money in there. Whether you put $5, $10, $20, $500, it doesn't matter, man. Put some money in there. Show your support for all your Classic Tetris friends. 434 to 514. Akatu with a nice lead. Going to try to maintain that as we are past the Joey Parker turn. And while these 2 players are about to get the transition, King's going to go ahead and start putting in those other matches. We got 2 Division 2 matches coming up. It's going to be Doodle and Tetris Time taking on Jordan. Small Jordan going to be doing double duty today. Ah, of course. I need to open this first and then close it. Jeez, man. There we go. See, you got money in there. Thank you so much. I knew you'd come through. We'll check out who that was in a moment. Got transition already. Akatu 676. My God, I didn't realize what kind of a game he had. Holy shnikes, that was a monster game. Monster score on level 18 for Akatu. Already at 700k on level 19, about to go to 20. Yeah, there you go. There's a Tetris Akatu. Sheesh. He's coming back with a vengeance. After giving away that first game like that, not really giving it away, but the back and forth, and felt like maybe he was in the lead at right towards the end. But he's making a statement right now. 7 Tetris lead, 200,000 points in front of Phlox, and there's no stopping him right now. He is absolutely locked in. 808, add another Tetris. We'll go to 834 on level 21, and another Tetris 862 Akatu. Wow. A little bit of a slowdown now for Akatu is board maintenance, but there's another Tetris. We'll get to 897 on level 23. Potential for a level 24 max out brewing. Welcome in, Leo. Leo, what's up, brother? Where you been, man? Look at Akatu, bro. He is friggin' locked in. 938 on level 24. This is monster score. Phlox, meanwhile, in trouble. I don't know that left side. That left side, yes, did get a roll. These rolls. But that's going to be a hangarang there, and that'll do it. Phlox at 755. Not going to go any further. Akatu, Tetris. It'll be a level 25 max out. Akatu, you may finish this out. Go right ahead. This is a monster score. Please go ahead and finish this. But we're going to give a hard over to the Fidus Finn on the right side. Is going to tie this one up after the very, very fun, exciting game number 1 ending. This one, no problemo. He made this easy peasy. Yeah, this place is crazy. $1.213 for Akatu. I don't think going to be able to get a 1.3